Hello everyone. Good afternoon from My Lab Discovery Solutions. I'm Shefali Desai, and I'm going to share my some of the experience how we created this miracle called COVID-19 detection kit. So, and also why ladies are in so much in front of the uh, this whole revolution what we call COVID-19. If we go to see globally, there are 74% of the people are nurses who are girls, and 65% of pharmaceutical workforce is made up of ladies, and this makes a difference in the whole industry for the science and technology. Women have been in front for everything and anything. Now they have broken the glass ceiling. Take the example of Dr. Sailaja of Kerala, health minister. She happened to because more way of looking at the things differently. They have because of that they can spot the Wuhan outbreak. She realized what was, and immediately she created the passage for her from home to get tested. And Kerala reported first COVID infection in India. From there on, if we say for India, it was no looking back. We had a real pandemic on our hands. So my journey started with my family and friends and colleagues' blessings in science. I could choose my own way, my own destiny, and my own uh, subjects. And because of that, I could reach over here. I come from a family where education is a must for everyone. There is no disparity from in boys and girls, and that's why we are at the same and we are at the same level. I think we all should do this in our homes also. That makes a lot of difference when we have educated mothers, educated sisters in our homes. That makes a difference for every one of us. So we should go for such things, and we should encourage our girls to do this and to learn. About my role in the fight of COVID, I would say extraordinary situations calls for extraordinary responses. At that point of time, I really wore different multiple hats. On one hand, I was responsible for creating this kit as a core team member of our lab. On the other hand, I was also helping and guiding customers how to test these, how and training them properly, because there were customers who were doing this RT-PCR for the first time. We had to really handhold them. We had to train them. We did it with flying colors. On the other hand, we were also keeping check on the quality of our kit, which was 100% all the time, because we could not have anything going wrong at the testing level, because one test would make a difference in the lifetime of a person. We cannot go wrong. We have to report each time a true test, either it is positive or a negative. And that's what our kit does. It gives testing at 100% accuracy as true positive and true negative. We also, so this is how our journey began, and we are now at the junction where we are creating kits for almost everything. We also could create these kits because we have an experience in creating these RT-PCR kits for more complex tests. Our organization has a CDSCO and IVD approval for NET testing, which is a blood testing kit for HBV, HCV, and HIV, which are the only Indian company who is doing this in India. And we have IVD approval. These all kits are created in a facility which is IVD CDSCO approved facility, and all the kits are created under GLP, that is good laboratory practice and good manufacturing practices, and which are very important. So unless these kits pass those parameters, they cannot be sent out to any of the customers for testing. In our journey, we also have been really blessed to get support from all national agencies like CDSCO and BRAC, and also the testing facilities or validating facilities like National Institute of Virology, who tested our kit and gave them certifications with all flying colors. We knew that we were there. We knew we always had a good product, but we also were certified by these agencies that yes, we have this. And that's how we could help our people, our nation, by creating this first kit in record 6 weeks time. It has 6 week time was like a burning midnight oil. We had to really put in all our efforts, all our thinking heads on the table, but we could make it because we had that in our head and we had that expertise. My take home's message to all is that it is not that you don't know everything. You know everything. Only thing, you have to be there at right time. You have to think out of box sometimes. You have to identify your skill set or interest, and there could be always there would be something which would be a success for you, because that would be your calling. As once Einstein told us, I have no special talent, but I am only passionately curious. And that's how I suppose, got all whatever he wanted in his life. So we always, as Dr. Marie Curie once said, have perseverance, have patience, and you have to respect yourself. You have to have that in your head that yes, I can do it and I will do it. Thank you very much for this opportunity to me for giving this talk. If anyone has any questions, I can answer them. Any questions from any audience? See, basically, whatever mutations which are seen at the moment are in the S of the virus. So whenever virus is getting, when human being is getting infected, it is through this S gene, yeah, or spike proteins. So these are the proteins which are the proteins which are used for virus to get into human body, which are through ASE receptors, okay, viral binding receptors. So when virus is binding to any receptor, and it gets internalized into the human body or into the human cell, and it takes up the machinery of the human cell for its own multiplication. It rather sort, and so virus will multiply, and this multiplication is called transcription. This transcription happens because with the help of the cell multiplication machinery. So whenever there is transcription happens, there would be a little bit of cell genome also would be there in the virus. So when virus is leaving your body, it takes that little bit of your genome or little bit of that human cell genome with it, and you get these mutations. So at the moment, all these mutations which are seen are in spike gene, and at our kit, which we have created, does not have spike gene detection. Our kit detects N gene, nucleocapsid, and E gene, envelope gene, which has minimum mutations. So our kit can pick up all the mutated genes which are in Brazil or UK or South Africa. Our kit can pick up all. The people who have this S gene in their detection system may have to modify their kits, or they might be coming up with the additional primer probes or additional testing devices. And the vaccines, what you are talking about the vaccines against spike proteins, again, Indian vaccines have claimed, and ICMR also has said at the moment, that our vaccines are safe and they can be taken, and vaccines can be fine even if with these mutated strains. So at the moment, I think we are safe.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, and we have one question from Manjula Yadav. She is asking why were the keys so costly? How could you reduce the cost?
How the kits are so costly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, if we create anything, and these are molecular tests. So what we are actually looking at are at the molecular layer. So we have to actually take the genome out of the viral cell and then test it. So for that, we require specific reagents and specific procedures. To extract out this RNA, we require procedures. And those reagents has to be created specially. They are not like available off the shelf. We actually have created these extraction kits which can extract your COVID RNA in 20 minutes flat, which is very fast procedure, if I may say. So and then after we take out this nucleic acid or RNA from the virus capsid, it has to be also tested. This test is done by a specific synthetic RNA, which we call primer. And it also has to be how you are going to make out, okay, you have this. So those primers are then tagged or labeled with a dye which is called fluorescent dye, and then these fluorescent dye tagged primer is bound to your nucleic acid. Now these nucleic acids are not naked, they are not visibly visible, right? You may not be able to see with your naked eyes, so you need to multiply them. So there are separate instruments which we give a programming that, okay, you multiply this nucleic acid 20 times, 30 times, 40 times at particular temperatures. Once we do that, these tagged molecular primers then multiply and give us the signals. These signals are then captured, and then we see that, okay, this patient can be negative if they don't have this virus, and this can be positive if they have this virus. All this procedure has a lot of cost. Some of these things are made in India, but again, all these are very expensive. So we could still, our kits are 1/4 than the global kits which are available in the world. So no, they are not very expensive, if I may say so.
Okay, we have another question. One of our visitors is asking that because of wearing masks throughout the day, will it affect the skin of the face?
Sorry?
One of our visitors is asking, due to wearing the mask throughout the day, will it affect the skin of our face?
I don't think so. I have just removed my mask for this talk. Do you see any marks on my face? No. It is safer that you wear mask when you are in a public. It is safer for yourself and for your community and for your family also. It is safer. Please follow the rules and regulations which government is telling, and it is for your own safety. I would say mask is a must.
Okay, one of our visitors is asking, what are the common side effects of the vaccines?
There are, see, whenever you have any vaccine, and you all must have taken vaccines for polio, for BCG, for n number of other things when you all were small or otherwise, and also you must have taken a vaccine for, say, for influenza and all. So the main course of this is like this. Whenever you get any vaccine or any foreign body is injected in our body reacts to it, because that is a foreign thing for us. Our body has been dictated, or our body has that tuning that anything anything which is out of their knowledge should be attacked and killed. Now for that, so our body response, our WBCs, our white blood cells go and attack. When this body response happens, our body temperature rises and we get little fever. Similarly, for the vaccine of COVID, we do get a little fever, a little sore throat, or some sort of side effects. But those are very mild, and it can subside in a day or two with medications, and it helps.
Okay, we have another question regarding the vaccine. After taking the vaccination, are we supposed to wear mask at home to keep away from those family members who have not received the vaccine?
Not necessary. The vaccine is an attenuated vaccine. So the viruses are not alive. What you are given, our viruses are not alive. Those are attenuated vaccines. But for safety of at home, you may not wear mask, but when you go out, you must wear mask.
Okay, we have another question about the kids. Why kids are not vaccinated? And
Sorry?
why kids are not vaccinated?
Because at the moment, the vaccine testing was first started with the adults, and it is always the outlook of the industry that first you test anything with the adults, because adult response would be different than the kids response. Kids would be still developing, their responses could be different, so they would be now slowly started testing. First you need to do the trials for the vaccines, and then only you can give vaccine, and not otherwise. All the vaccines which are in the market for any of the any disease are always tested by phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials. Once those trials pass, then only you can give the vaccine to adults first, and again say if you are going to use because the same vaccine, you may need to check the dosage for the children, because dosage for the children would be different than the dosage for the children, I mean for the adult. So you need to check all those, and then only you can give vaccination to children. So at the moment, because they have little more immunity and they are not really exposed outside, they are not given vaccine.
Okay. Some general questions. Someone has requested to share basic immunity building tips.
Sorry, basic immunity building tips.
Immunity building tips.
Okay, I would share what I do. And I mean, everyone would have their own way of looking after themselves. But basic immunity is keep yourself fit, keep yourself hydrated, have lots of water, have what I do is in the morning, I have a lime water, hot water, exercise, do yoga, walk, whichever you can do. Keep yourself fit basically, and let your immune response be proper. Basically, you have to keep yourself fit. That is the mantra, and that is your immunity.
We have another question about the symptoms of COVID, like sneezing, running nose without fever. Can it be symptoms of COVID?
See, these are the common feature of influenza, common cold, and all respiratory viruses, I would say. So unless otherwise you are tested and certified, it may not be COVID.
We have questions related to mask. Someone has asked that with mask one can smell the smoke of cigarettes. So how much with those masks wear one can smell the cigarette?
Smell the cigarette? No.
Smell the smoke.
Inhale the smoke of the cigarette.
Yeah, cigarette smoke one can smell. So how much it is protecting us? And another question.
From the COVID.
Yes.
From the COVID.
Yes.
See, these masks are medical masks which are treated, and what I would show is this mask, what we wear. These are surgical masks. These are the masks which are for protection of from the infections. These are also worn during operations and surgical treatments and surgical, in the hospitals. So these are very safe and you must wear them. But cotton masks, which are sometimes people wear as a, fancy mask, and those what we call as napkins and so on and so forth may not be really protective.
So another question is how to take care of the babies as they are not being vaccinated now.
Right. So first and foremost, I would suggest is that you take care that the mothers have to be very careful. Before, if you are working mother, go when you are going out, fine. Come back first, clear, wash yourself, have a bath, change your clothes, and then only touch your baby. If they are very small, if they are infant. Keep that if you are going daily to your work or for office, do that. If you are say going to the market and coming back, wash your hands completely, sanitize your hands, and then only touch anywhere in your house. Avoid touching your nose, eyes, mouth. Same applies to your kids. So allow them also, and if they are little elder, I mean, if they are going down to play in the society, foyer and all, let them wear mask.
Okay, I think similar precautions to be taken for the arthritis patient as well. And someone has asked that whether it is safe to take vaccine for an arthritis patient.
Sorry? Safer to take vaccine after?
Arthritis patient. A patient of arthritis.
Arthritis. See, arthritis is immunosuppressive disease. So you need to consult your doctor and then only take vaccine. And whenever you go to the vaccine center, you must identify yourself as that you have RA, arthritis, and if a doctor advises you, then only take the vaccine.
Can the vaccine be taken by a pregnant mother or a mother who is feeding?
At the moment, pregnant mothers are not tested and not given the vaccine because the vaccine is very nascent, very new. We do not know much. We do not have much history about the vaccines. So at the moment, pregnant ladies are not given vaccines, and also same with the lacting mothers.
Okay. We don't have any more questions. So I would like to thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Desai, for this wonderful lecture and making the people aware, as many people had many questions and confusions regarding this COVID-19. Even after 1 year, we still had so many confusions. Thanks a lot for giving this lecture, and thanks.
Thank you very much for inviting me on this important forum. Nehru Center is really a big thing. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Thank you.